morning, everybody. Welcome to a beautiful, warm day in the canyons. T-shirt weather is here. Pretty soon it's going to be shorts weather, and then it's going to be, oh my God, it's so hot, get me out of here weather. The stranger to my right is Ariel Adams of ABlogToWatch, a very popular watch website with an associated podcast. I've done his show. He's going to do our show, and I thought we'd bring him along today to review the Aston Martin DBX with me. Thank you for coming out. Ariel has brought some watches because Girard Perregaux is actually the partner of Aston Martin's Formula One team right now. And so what have you brought me, Ariel?
Well, you have a Girard Perregaux Laureato chronograph.
This thing is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. The Laureato was one of the original luxury sport watches of this variety from the early 1970s. And Girard Perregaux has a bunch of legitimacy in that space, having made these for a long time. It is sort of an alternative to the other popular models out there. It's
right.
If
you're into the Nautilus, if you're into the Royal Oak, if you're into the Gerald Genta designs, but maybe you don't have $50,000 or $100,000 to blow, this is
what I call a truer value because you buy it for what it's worth.
Yeah,
that's what
not what the
I
hype
prefer.
says.
Yeah.
So my sponsor, Bremont, is the ambassador to Williams Formula One.
Another good watch brand.
Another great watch brand. They might not like that I'm going to take their watch off and wear this.
But they're going to have
wear
to handle it.
Perregaux.
This is part
because
goes with the
it's
territory.
part of the thing. So we're going to mess with the Laureato today, which has a Royal Oak-like case. With
not a Gerald Genta though.
Not Genta,
not
but
Genta.
Resembles it.
Same era.
And a Nautilus-like bracelet.
And I am wearing the Laureato skeleton automatic. This is a pretty slick watch right here. So I like these a lot. I find the case shape to be very elegant because you have this octagonal sort of like screw down style bezel, which is very industrial looking, which we like because we're like mechanical appreciator guys.
I like seeing the movement. I like seeing machinery
and then you have
work.
Their movement really nicely in a masculine way.
Yeah. That's like having a clear engine cover over your exotic car.
Also legible.
Yeah,
see the loomed hands?
Yeah. Can read.
You don't get a lot of that. So we're wearing the appropriate watch with the car.
As my friend James Chen would say, matchy matchy.
Matchy matchy.
This is the 2021 Aston Martin DBX. It was, well, it's what you'd call a delay of game. It was supposed to come out about 18 months ago. A couple people got to drive it right before COVID. Like 2 people had the exclusive for like a year on this car. They drove it, COVID, shut down. No one drove DBX. So finally, here we are with the DBX. It is Aston's first crossover. Is a high-performance crossover. It is a dedicated platform, not based on any other Aston or any other Mercedes or other car. It features Mercedes-AMG's 4-liter twin-turbo V8. In this case, it makes 542 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. It's not the most powerful version of this engine. Mercedes saves that shit for themselves. It weighs about 5,100 pounds. It has a 9-speed automatic gearbox, also sourced from Mercedes. It's all-wheel drive, but it's heavily rear drive biased unless the rear wheels are slipping, and there is an electronically controlled limited slip differential in the back. Standard air ride adaptive suspension with adjustable height. You can tow 6,000 pounds with one of these. You know that? You could tow your race car. It has 16-inch front brakes, 15.4-inch rear brakes. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat, and the quarter mile in 12.4 at 114, which is pretty impressive, although the fastest crossover you can buy right now, gas-powered, quickest, is the X3M Competition, which will do an 11.6 at 119. Cool?
That sounds rare.
That's fast. That's really fast.
Yeah, but that's a rare car.
X3M Competition?
Yeah.
No, you buy that.
Okay.
You could buy that. This is definitely rarer.
This is rare.
I am excited because I think the DBX looks fabulous.
It is a nice looking car.
It looks fabulous.
It may not have the top specs on paper, but it feels very competent on the road.
Astons rarely do. We got 7 driving modes ranging from off-road to Sport Plus.
That's a lot of modes.
Yeah. We're going to go to Sport Plus. We're going to put our gearbox in manual, and we're going to mob out.
I love the view of the dead cat.
Right? Okay, so it's not going to tear your face off with straight line speed, but it feels quick. It feels like it gets out of its own way, and it feels agile and balanced. As I dive into this corner, what I'm really feeling is stability. It has a 48-volt active anti-roll control system. So, Ariel, in the world of exotic cars, 48-volt is a mild hybrid. So it has a kind of bigger than a car battery, but smaller than a Prius battery.
Okay.
That feeds a 48-volt system. And what 48-volt systems are able to do is respond faster to stimuli than 12-volt systems. So 48-volt engine stop-start will fire the engine back up quicker. A 48-volt active suspension system will respond to my inputs and to the road surface quicker.
You'll need that because otherwise a car this tall would be moving all over the place.
Right. They've also pushed the 22-inch wheels all the way out to the corners of the vehicle, which helps give you not just the impression of their sports car silhouette, but also stability.
So compare this to other high-performance crossovers in terms of just how it feels. I haven't driven the BMW, for example.
The X6M, which we just had, is about 90 grand less than this. It was 135 as tested. This is 220 as tested. So this is cushier, more bespoke. The stitching, some of the more exotic materials are there, right?
I mean, the inside looks very nice. I mean, if you're gonna get the Aston Martin, it's for design. I don't really think they let you down there at all.
They don't. And also the X6M is very ugly. So that's a heinous looking vehicle.
I have to agree.
Yeah, your money goes into the dynamics there.
Here's
Here
what I was
goes
thinking.
to style.
And this might be terrible for structural integrity, but should they start making these as convertibles?
Yes. No, but yes.
That would sell well, right?
Like the Range Rover Evoque convertible.
Okay, that was a weird thing, and then there was that Nissan Murano that should have been a better
cabriolet.
But why are there not more, especially for Southern California, like various SUV crossovers? Yeah, why? Like I drive a convertible, I love it, but I want.
It's on the way, I think.
It's got to be.
It's on the way.
It's got to be.
And also, I think the panoramic sunroof goes a long way to a lot of people. It does.
But look, as you know, having an open top, the visibility, the wind, it's different than just the light.
I know, but there is a structural argument as well. Yes.
Sure.
It's a niche within a niche.
I think it would be popular because, again, most of the people that purchase these cars are not pushing the limits. I mean, not even close.
That's true. It's not a limit pushing car. This car especially it's like a fast cruiser, fast tourer. Like, I'm not going to buy this specifically for the activity that we're doing right now. I'm going to buy it to go to dinner and run around errands in Los Angeles. But if I was up here, I'm not having such a bad time. Are you having a bad time?
No, it feels good, but it really does seem like it's intended as a metropolitan car for toting around to be seen. I think the enthusiast who wants to do roads like this definitely has other options, but I think they're trying to make multiple things work at the same time, and I think it's so impressive that all this technology is available to them to create a bigger car that feels like a smaller car, and that's really still awesome to me.
I agree. What I don't agree about is the pace that this person's going. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. When you're talking about these crossovers, I will admit that I am less interested ultimately in which one is the fastest, as long as it feels pretty quick and feels responsive, and it drives nice. This one, the trade-off comes, it's really, like right now we're kind of winding it out in Sport Plus mode, but if you put it in GT mode on the highway, it's crazy quiet, like Lexus Rolls-Royce levels of quiet. But let's make it loud. Right, so we're going to do second gear from 3.
Okay.
Second gear from 3. Yeah. I would say good.
A little tame, actually. A little tame.
A little tame?
A little tame for me.
Well, if you're familiar with the AMG engines, I mean, it definitely sounds like that. They haven't broken any new ground there.
Well, here's what I feel about this car that I think a lot of people who might be interested and want to know. It's not scary to drive. Like,
oh, no.
There are cars like this that are scary to drive. This can be remarkably relaxed and subdued. You can push it, as Matt is demonstrating, but it's got all these modes that allow you to do normal driving without being afraid of crashing or something like that, which I think actually a lot of the potential people that want just to have this as an image car could be worried about.
Yes, I've caught this van already.
It's not that same Sienna.
It's not. Yeah, I know. You can only leave out so much gap for someone that's committed to driving this slowly on this road. It's not going to get away from you. No, it's easy to cruise around in. It's certainly not so powerful that you need to be concerned. It looked like he was going to pull off there, and then didn't. Our turnoff is coming up here. Downsides, there's a couple. I would say that it doesn't feel as tightly screwed together as a Cayenne Turbo, which is cheaper.
Yeah.
The seats aren't quite as well sculpted as either the Cayenne Turbo or the BMW X5, both of which are cheaper. It's not as fast as the X3M, which is half the price of this, or actually less than half the price. And so there are a couple things, but you could pretty much levy my criticisms against any Aston car against its German competition.
And you'd be right all the time, every single time. However, I would sort of put my marketer's hat on and say to you, the person that Aston wants to buy this car doesn't care about those things.
That's probably true.
And that's a sad reality, but it's true. So for them, it's exclusivity, it's design,
yes,
it's curb appeal.
Yes.
And the price is actually, I think, an impression point where people are like, I want to spend more because I want more car. You as an enthusiast know it's not necessarily more car.
Right.
But they're going for the exclusivity
Sure.
angle, which Aston might as itself be a very exclusive brand.
Sure, and if I look at it compared to BMW and Porsche, I'm seeing it one way. You might look at it compared to Bentley and Lamborghini, or Rolls-Royce. If you look at it compared to the Bentayga, the Lamborghini Urus, and the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, this is the cheapest one. So, and a Bentayga doesn't necessarily outperform this. You know what I mean? So you can look at it either way.
Higher end Maserati.
That thing's not that great.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. This is better than Maserati,
though.
Right? Yeah. Yes. And
Levante, right?
Yeah, this is a nicer car than.
Yeah, absolutely, and much more expensive. I'm just saying this is like the step up from that.
Right.
There's
exactly.
a normal sort of crossover SUV.
Yes.
Then there's a Maserati.
Right.
Then you get more exotic, more money.
This
and
then it's and
then
you go to Rolls Royce and Lamborghini.
The Rolls is a much bigger car.
Yes.
And the other ones you mentioned could have that scary to drive element to it.
Bentley is MQB. Or not MQB, I'm sorry, but those who know this show will know what I mean. It's platform shared with other Audis, as is the Urus, and so this is its own thing. There are no other
And that is
vehicles.
a cool thing.
Yeah.
I like it because, look, it's just like same with watches. When you have original parts or some type of original engineering, it feels more interesting, more special. You can appreciate it as a tool lover in a different way, whereas something is just cladding and the whole sort of old GM thing where there's nothing interesting about it. It's a marketing exercise. So I actually appreciate that so much effort went into it. As a car that was supposed to come out a while ago, does it still feel as relevant as it may have back in 2019?
No, the Mercedes infotainment is behind the times, but that's standard Aston, and it's not like it's unusably bad.
That should be their slogan, actually.
Behind
the times.
Charmingly behind the times. Yes. Ariel Adams from ABlogToWatch. Check out ABlogToWatch.com.
Thank you, man.
My appearance on his podcast. He'll come on the Smoking Tire podcast and talk about watches, I'm sure. And thank you for bringing this Laureato chronograph for me to wear for the day. I'm kind of feeling it. It's nice. The skeleton, I'm feeling more. We'll have some. I hope we got to get some macros of that.
Definitely.
Macros for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you all for watching. We will see you guys later. Bye.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.